Hi there, my name is Barry Oglesby. I'm the head coach here at Cayuzo Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Mixed Martial Arts. And I'm here today to invite you all to our new beginners course. It starts on January 7th. So this video in particular is for you if you are over 30 or if you're an ex-player of another sport, perhaps an ex-gym goer, or you're looking for a new challenge after you've finished something else. So one of the main types of people that we get here are actually people who are of Gaelic football, soccer, rugby, or ex-gym goers, ex-weightlifters, powerlifters, people who have kind of thought they were finished with sport or aged out of certain sports and have decided that they're going to try a new challenge. And there's a particular reason that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really good for people like that, and it's because of how you can go at your own pace, because it's kind of a physical challenge that you're kind of used to as well. So what we mean by that is, the first thing is your own pace. What does that mean? Does that mean that you can go as slow as you want? No, not really. It just means that there's a challenging pace set for you all the time, as opposed to the class rocketing on or the game going at a particular pace that you have to catch up to. That's not really the way it works with Jiu-Jitsu. With Jiu-Jitsu, you kind of develop your own style or your own game that's as slow or as fast as suits you. So smaller, lighter guys tend to be more kind of whippy and quick, and larger, heavier guys, or guys who are perhaps less mobile, tend to have a slower game that slows other people down with them. So there's a game and a style to adapt to you. So it's a uniquely adaptive martial art. There are certain other martial arts or other sports even that require you to be a certain type of athlete. So tall or small or strong or fit or whatever it is. Jiu-Jitsu isn't like that. The other thing is have you kind of aged out of other sports, or have you kind of finished, or you're maybe just bored with other sports or other activities? So we get a lot of people who have tried a lot of different fitness activities during their 20s and 30s. So we get people who have maybe played football for a long time, maybe up into their 20s, and then kind of moved on from that. And the next challenge always seems to be the gym or like a fitness pursuit, running or treadmills, weights, whatever. And if you have been in a team environment, and if you have been in an environment that challenges you, where there's like regular competitiveness and all that kind of stuff, going back to that gym environment can be pretty boring, pretty dull. Personally, I find that gyms, lifting weights, don't stimulate me at all. I don't find them like a mental challenge. And Jiu-Jitsu uniquely has a physical and a mental aspect to it. So physical, it's very obvious. You're grappling and like kind of what we call rolling or sparring with another opponent very often in your classes. And the mental aspect is, it's a really, really technical martial art. So technique gets you everywhere in Jiu-Jitsu. So you can power your way out of things with strength and with power and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to Jiu-Jitsu, technique is number one. Technique is king. So it suits all types of body types, and it has that kind of mental stimulation and that physical challenge as well that goes along with training. That, I think it appeals to a lot of people, particularly if they're ex of sports or they're used to playing in team environments as well. The final reason that I think it's really important that over 30s kind of see Jiu-Jitsu as a next step for them is that there is weight classes. So most combat sports are weight class sports. In other words, you have to be in and around the same weight as your opponent. But the second thing is we actually have an age class sport as well. Now, what's an age class sport? Of course, you're used to seeing under 10s, under 12s, under 15s and kids. But when you get to adult level, which is 18 to 30 in Jiu-Jitsu, that's the main competitive area. There is actually a master's level beyond that. Now, master's implies mastery, but that's not actually what it means here. What masters means is masters 1, 2, 3, and 4 are masters 1 is 30 to 35 year olds, or 30 to 36 year olds I should say. There's 36 pluses is master 2, 40 plus is master 3, and so on in years of about 5 years, in gaps of I should say of about 5 years, all the way up until your 70s actually. What does that mean? That means you've still got a competition format without having to fight the guy who maybe has 7 days a week to train because he's 19 years of age. So it means that you get to win and compete at masters level as well. And we've got a lot of guys who do that here. Is competition the only thing that we do? Of course not. In fact, about 80% of people who train here don't actually compete at all. They come up just for the challenge, for the fitness, and dare I say it, for the crack as well, because we've got a good club environment and we've got a nice bunch of people here too. So a lot of times people ask me, am I too old? Am I too old to start? The oldest person in our last beginner's course to begin was 42 years of age, and we've had people start older than that as well. So if you are over 30, if you are someone who you've thought maybe you think you're kind of finished with sport, and maybe martial arts is something you've always looked at and you've always thought, gee, I fancy that, maybe this course is for you. We're starting on January 7th, 2019. There's a form right below this video. Fill it in. We'll come back to you and hopefully we'll get you started in 2019. Okay, thanks very much for watching and hopefully we'll see you soon.